What does it take to build a university that truly matters? We caught up with Dr. B. Suresh, part of the JSS higher education ecosystem spanning Greater Noida, Mysore and Mauritius. JSS is educating tens of thousands of students across medicine, pharmacy, engineering, life sciences, management, humanities and emerging technologies. As a deemed to be university system with over 2000 plus PhD scholars, JSS has used academic autonomy to move beyond the limitations of affiliation. It pioneered interdisciplinary approach and building strong clinical, industry and research collaboration. At Mysore, JSS is developing a large integrated research and innovation campus. This includes a 2.5 lakh square feet industry-embedded hub designed to bring academia and industry with the university. The 25-acre Greater Noida campus, which is new, is envisioned as a holistic ecosystem focused on wellness, Ayush, research and lifelong learning. In this conversation with Dr. V. Suresh, we explore three defining ideas. Why autonomy drives innovation, why collaboration defines the future of universities, and why choosing a university is a life decision, not merely a placement outcome. Let us listen to Dr. B. Suresh.
JSS historically has been colleges-based group under the banner of JSS Mahavidyapita. But the limitation was when we were an affiliated institution to affiliated college, we had to work with a set curriculum, look at the set calendar and be able to progress only with what is prescribed to us. Now if I want to cooperate with a university or if I want to modify my curriculum, let us say now AI has come into picture. Now if I want to add AI in pharmacy, if there is a set curriculum which I have to follow, I can't do. But being a deemed university, we were easy and we were first to incorporate AI into the curriculum, and today students are getting benefited by such changes. And research can go at a faster pace when we work with a university. Today the JSS ecosystem of all our three universities put together, if you look at JSS Academy of Higher Education and Research, JSS Science and Technology University at Mysore, and now the JSS University in Noida. If you put collectively together, I have got more than 2000 research scholars doing their PhD at different stages. I think this ecosystem of research has come place, and not only it is about awarding PhD degrees, it is about nation building also. Today, all these research outcomes which are coming is adding to the capability and credibility of the country's research potential. All these things made us decide that, if we want to move forward and if we want to do something good to the education, research and the society, it is good to go into a system where you have the flexibility, autonomy and be able to innovate. I think these are the key things which I would like to say, which prompted us to go into the university system. That's a very interesting question, and I thank you asked this question. As you said, I started as a pharmacy profession leader, as a principal, then as the pharmacy council president. My mind was focused on pharma and pharmacy education. But when I got into the university system, I had to nurture not only the pharmacy education, I had to nurture other programs also, be it medical program, biomedical sciences, life sciences. So my vision also expanded along with that, my knowledge also expanded. And at one point of time in your growth, I feel, particularly if you want to be a leader and in the field of higher education, your domain knowledge becomes lesser and lesser important, and your collective experience of handling higher education system becomes important. So for me, shifting from pharmacy to health sciences education and now focusing also on engineering and technology education, looking at humanities, Ayush, all these things is now for me is an event which I am carrying forward, keeping my rich experience and trying to benefit from the domain knowledge that already existing in these institutions or even some experts who are already there. So what is required is to give that direction. That is the idea of a university. That's what I would like to say, where knowledge is created, minds collaborate with other minds, innovation takes place, there is freedom to express, there is the educational environment which excites everyone to learn more. I think this is the idea of a university, and and this can go across all disciplines and places to achieve this growth. Yeah, see what happens is when we talk about this particular question of a crowded market and BTech, what are we going to do? Everybody will tell you only two answers. That is, oh, we create industry relevant curriculum. And number two is our training and placement is high. I would go a little differently here. We are not creating here only engineering graduates. We are creating young enlightened citizens, Dr. Kalam's word I would like to say. Now, what do you mean by enlightened citizens? I mean is that these students, first of all, besides the subject knowledge which they may gain, they get to inculcate and learn creative thinking, how they can think independently, and what type of their thought process goes forward to help them. The second important thing is, which we teach them, is the adaptability. And adaptability is very important for a student to move with times. Now, if a mechanical engineer continues to say, no, I am a mechanical engineer, I don't know anything else, then he may be out of job after a few years. But if he is able to learn, adapt and move forward, he can shift from a mechanical engineer to a robotics engineer or automation engineer and be able to achieve these things. So, this adaptability is another trait which we are trying to build in our students. And last but not the least, the most important thing which we try to inculcate in our student is lifelong learning. Now, what is today you consider as knowledge, tomorrow is obsolete, something else has taken place. Now, if you don't teach the student that your knowledge is going to continue to expand and you have to continue to learn, and tell them, I have completed your syllabus, now you have a degree, you are a job ready, then he will go and find in his job for 2 years and then you will find something has changed and he doesn't have a job. So, these traits which we build in our students, creative thinking, adaptability and lifelong learning, makes our students special. So, I am sure these students who go out, they will survive in any domain, in any recession, and any place they go, they will be able to shine. And I can tell you so many live examples, particularly in pharma field. Today, our students who went out just with undergraduate B.Pharm course way back in 1980 and 82 and all, today they are all directors of big pharma companies. Where did they learn the present technologies? Because we created them that culture that you have to have creative thinking, adapt, learn. You can keep moving, and that is what we see the success stories here today. I think this has again been a uniqueness of our JSS education system, and I particularly am very clear that collaboration is the way forward for any interdisciplinary growth. So, if you look at the health sciences, what I said when I started talking to clinicians, they said, no, we don't have time for research. So, then what we did was very subtly in their departments, I positioned life sciences research scholars and life sciences faculty into their department. Now, working with the life sciences faculty, now our clinicians have become so expert in publications and research and other activities. It has become amazing outcome. Like yesterday, one of my colleagues during the year end, he sent me a mail. Sir, this year alone I have published 60 publications, and he is a very busy pulmonologist. And not ordinary publications, and his personal H index is 100 and his citations are around 52,000. You can imagine the type of output he has given. That is because he has got a life science team. Same is true even in engineering. Now, the focus which we are looking at is, can the sciences collaborate with the engineering? Engineering is an application, but basically it is on the foundation of a science. So, now I am trying to bring in the various sciences also to be strongly working with the engineering domains, maybe material scientists, maybe nanoscientists, maybe chemists, maybe pharmaceutical scientists. These all can work together with the engineering sciences, and today health sciences, pharmaceutical sciences and engineering sciences are all coming to a unified platform. You may say how? What are medical devices? Medical devices are application of all three. One side you have got the engineering aspect of it, second is the medication, third is the application. One simple example is what is your insulin pen which is available. It is technology, it is pharmaceutical medicine inside it, and the clinician prescribing insulin to give to the patient, so he can take at his home at his own time. He can inject his insulin and move on. He doesn't have to run to the hospital to get his injections. This is where the world is moving, and we are ready for that at JSS. Yeah, see, here we are creating the same thing which I mentioned, the idea of a university which was originally John Newman's concept, which he explained when he was breaking the shackles of religious influence over education. And he said that where mind should meet mind, people should talk. So this ecosystem which we are creating at Varuna in Mysore is an ecosystem of learning, research, collaboration and working together. So the degrees and programs will change in the next 100 years. What is important today will not be important 5 years down the line. So are we going to get stuck? No. All labs, all classrooms, all our faculty are being placed and recruited in the way that they will be working for the future and not for today. And the another point which I would like to make is, our vision there is to have a university in a university. Like, it's not that we want to function in isolation. We don't want JSS to be the big. Now, if any other university wants to collaborate, be it national or international, and they want to be present inside our campus, we will welcome them and we will work with them and see how we can collaborate or how we can learn from each other and become better. And similarly, have industry in our campus. Today, if some of the wonderful work which is happening in many of these Western universities is because the industry is working closely with the academics. They have their offices inside the campus. So totally one full building of 2.5 lakh square feet building, which is a research and innovation hub which we are creating, is available for industry to occupy spaces and be able to bring it. So we are creating a whole new ecosystem here for learning. It's a huge challenge. It's a big investment. We are keeping our fingers crossed, but I think when we do with good intentions, all this will definitely succeed. The idea is that today the need for the society is that we need institutions that can help train, help our young generation to create knowledge or gain knowledge and be able to find roles and lives for themselves to fit into their thing. When you are transitioning from an old institution to a new university system, there is a challenge also, because you have an existing culture and you have to change that culture towards the thinking of the university culture. If you are building a new university system, you don't have any culture, you are a raw mold, but it takes time to build that. So I think we have to have a combination of both the things happening when we try to build institutions. And particularly in the new institution, what we are looking at is, when we are looking at talent, we will be trying to see the best of talent comes in, and we give them the freedom to do what they want to do. So I think getting talent is not a problem. Most of the time the problem comes is when we get best guy and don't allow him to drive. Like, let us say you get a formula racing driver and tell him to go at 60 kilometers per hour car driving. What will happen? There will only be an accident. So we have to allow him, that formula racing driver, to go at his 160, 200 kilometers per hour speed. Then only he can achieve the goal. If you control him, either he will collapse or the vehicle will collapse. So I think this ecosystem we have to create and give them the freedom to do it. Today, fortunately, I can say JSS has built a reputation. A reputation, not that it is a good institution or we'll pay you or your career is permanent here. No. All those people who have that type of passion and they come here, they don't come for money or they don't come here only to look for a career. But they look for an environment where they can realize their dreams, their vision and their growth which they look in the institution. And now today, everyone who wants to achieve something in life, in the academic and research field, knows that if you go to JSS And if you get an opportunity, you don't have to worry for the rest of your life, because it's not because of the pay or security associated with that, because you have the opportunity to pursue your path, your dream, your vision, and take it to the next level. I think this has been a very strong impression we have created in the society and in the education world. So there are more applications coming in, and we have lesser positions to occupy such people. So, but however, our expansion is taking place rapidly, so we will take them all on board as they come in. See, again, our global footprint is in a little different version of what many universities would like to do. See, many universities like to do is that, okay, I have got something, I am going to another country and I am giving that something to there, and I am going to generate higher revenue, and I will bring it back to my country and invest here. This is one way of looking at it. I look at it in a little different way. Are we able to make an impact in the country where we are going? I think this is where JSS differs. So our presence at Mauritius, at JSS Academy of Higher Education Research, Mauritius, is in that direction. That is, we are looking at how our students who graduate from this university would be able to make a difference in the region, that is in the African region, and how we can provide a care, how we can support the country also in its growth. Like today, our faculty of JS Academy of Higher Education Research, Mauritius, they are continuously engaged with the Pharmacy Council of Mauritius. They conduct training programs for their faculty. They try to help the pharmacists train and lead to the next level. All this is happening, and we are now sort of integrated into the pharmaceutical society of the Mauritius. Now what we expect, because these faculty are trained, because we are producing pharmacy graduates and PharmD graduates in Mauritius, now the healthcare of the people will change there. The healthcare will go for the better. So if the healthcare of a nation is better, the productivity of the nation goes and everything grows. So overall, I am creating an impact in a country rather than just providing education generally. Money is important. I don't deny that money is not required. We are going for service. Money is important. But more than the money is what impact we are going to do, and that gives a greater satisfaction. And I am happy that our experiment is successful. And as you know, we are also going to start our MBBS program from this year at Mauritius, and hopefully the healthcare of the country there will also have some sort of a advantage because of our presence there. Sir, in UP, what I feel is that there is a potential for a lot of good things to do. And UP has become a state where, under the dynamic leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister Maharaj Yogi Adityanath ji, where it is like a land of opportunity. We used to look at United States as a place where you should go for as a land of opportunity, and then you go and build your thing. I think today UP is the land of opportunity for the country. And fortunately, we have a leader here who has a great vision. My interaction with him was relating to how this young university of JSS University, Noida, is going to take its next baby steps. And we have recently acquired 25 acres of land in Greater Noida. And what are our plans for that? And when we shared those thoughts to him, he was very excited about the thinking, and he said we are in the right direction. We are aiming that in the Greater Noida campus, we will create a holistic Ayush ecosystem there. Ayurveda, yoga, naturopathy, all working together in providing holistic health care, doing research, and training and producing the manpower that is required. Because today, wellness is more important than cure. So if there is a healthy population already there, then the cost on cure will come down. So our ecosystem which will be there is going to be different from rest of the such Ayush institutions that may be there. I don't want to boast about it. You will have to wait and see what our plans are, and I am sure everyone would be satisfied with the development that is going to take place there. And we look forward to the support from the government of Uttar Pradesh to realize this dream and make indeed that campus something which everyone would like to visit and see what's happening there. See, what I try to tell to the students is like, we are usually peer driven. Okay, if everybody goes for a placement, you should go for placement. If you don't get a placement, you will be considered a failure. And if you are, unless you don't get a particular high package, you are considered you are not good. So today, like what people earlier used to consider, unless you have an engineering degree or a medical degree, you are not fit to be a person in this thing, you are not educated. That is the mindset. Now that mindset has changed. I think for the students and parents also, they should change their mindset. Getting a placement and getting a highest package is not the only way or the end of the road for any graduate which is there. I always ask the students when they meet them, and particularly in pharmacy where they interact, they ask me, sir, what should I do next? So I always tell them, what is your immediate need? That is there, your family needs you to earn so that you can support them back immediately. If that is your need, then definitely go for placement, find a job, find it because your family needs you. But if that is not your immediate need, earning is not your immediate need, but you would like to move forward further, then I said, you go for a higher education. You go in a domain which you are interested, maybe a master's program in your technical field, whichever you are, or a master's program in administration, or a master's program in any other field. But a little bit of higher knowledge and higher positioning will take you up faster than the normal growth when you go out with an undergraduate degree. When you go with an undergraduate degree, yes, you get initial high package you get, then you are there for the rest of your life going on, very few will go up. But if you go with a higher knowledge and higher qualification, your progress takes place faster. That means what will take 10 years, you can achieve with your master's degree within 3 to 5 years. So this is the second point which I tell them. If money is not important immediately to your family, you should pursue higher education. Then the third point I tell them is that, okay, if you are pursuing higher education and if you can afford it, please try to go overseas and get some experience. You come back to India and develop India, make India a greater nation. There is no two thoughts about it. But international experience opens your vision. It gives you a very broad perspective as to what the world is and how you would like to fit yourself in this role. Again, don't be driven by these things. So this thought process I share with them, and then I ask them, what is that you want to achieve in your life? Is it that, okay, I want a job, I want this pay? Is that your law? Or you have got something, a vision for yourself? Oh, I want to be an engineer who is involved in, say, designing of autonomous vehicles. So then that is a vision. Then how will you achieve that is something you have to work towards that. So each student, I encourage them, please look your vision beyond just the immediate placement or immediate job and do it. This all becomes different for different students. That's why I asked, what is your immediate need? If your immediate need is you have to earn, I will not talk about a vision for you. Okay, try to start getting the money and support your family. But at a right stage, when you feel that you have done, you should start thinking about your vision, you start thinking about a higher education and be able to move forward. So this is how I would sort of counsel or advise and help the students to move forward. See, now if you are looking at a program to choose, I'll start with the program. Whether you want an engineering program or a health sciences program you are choosing. Yes, you have to look at it. Today you go always by the popular demand that, okay, computer science is good, so let me get into computer science. Or if it is health sciences, you can get to a medical program, fine, or if not dental or pharmacy or Ayush program. People choose in that pathway the programs which you are there, whether it is health sciences or engineering. I always say one point is the degree does not make you. It is what you want to be makes you further. So if you know what you want to become, I just keep telling my example to the students when I talk to them that I chose pharmacy because I felt I'll finish my pharmacy, work in a pharmaceutical industry and will have many hundreds of people working for me. So that was my vision. But did I realize that vision? Many people say yes and no. But I say them, yes, I have realized my vision. Though I am not in a pharmaceutical industry, I am in an academic setting. My vision was not about working in a pharmaceutical industry. My vision was to managing hundreds of people. So that I am doing. So I am doing that. So I think This is something for us to understand what do you drive at. So choose a program, but ultimately you will have to do it. Now when you want to choose a university or the place where you want to education, again it comes by choices. Some things we can have access to, some things we don't have, but we can always be an eklavya. Okay, today with the so much of domain knowledge available on social media and other things, you may not be able to get into an IIT, but you can see what is happening in IIT and learn. Today you may not be able to get into some of the reputed institutions because of the very high fees, so you may not be able to afford. But those high institutions are also projecting outside. So you have to see what do they do differently, and you can learn. Today with the technology and with the social media and the type of resources that are available on domain, you can learn sitting from home all those things. And at the most you have to find out somebody who can mentor and guide you. I think if this is there, you can achieve the growth which you are looking at. So the program when you are looking at and the institution you are looking at, it all comes down to where you would like to pursue a path. Now if you want to choose a university, look at the university's faculty first. I would tell that. Go and look at their website, look at their faculty. Who are the faculty? What they have achieved, those faculty. How long they have been with the organization. See, if the faculty is there only 2 years, 3 years in that university and is not much are there, that means there is a high turnover of faculty in a university. So the standardization or conformity of knowledge being shared to you may vary between the faculty to faculty. But if institution has got faculty who have been there for several years and they are there, it makes a difference to your knowledge. So choose the university where the faculty are there, they are a good faculty, and who have been there with the longer institution, and what profile does the faculty have, which is the area. Let us say now you want to work in artificial intelligence. So when you want to look at a university which is having, look at their website, who is the professor, who is the teacher, and who is the guy who is teaching artificial intelligence, and what has he done so far. Is he visible anywhere? Is he talking about it? Is he writing about it? If he doesn't talk, doesn't write, and just today AI, everybody is speaking, he just also reads somewhere and comes and recites the class, then you are not going to learn anything more there. So faculty and what they deliver is going to make a difference in choosing the university. Second comes, of course, the infrastructure. See, today a teacher may have all the knowledge and experience, but the infrastructure may not exist in the institution. Then he also limited by the choice. If you get a combination of both, when I mean infrastructure, I am not talking of 5-star facilities and air-conditioned rooms and air-conditioned things. Infrastructure to teach you, the infrastructure to make you learn. I think that is more important. And these two can help you to decide which university you would like to pursue. Again, it's a very difficult question. How JSS should be remembered 20 years from now? It should be remembered the way it is being remembered now, the service it is doing to the society. So as I said, technology, it will change, the education programs may change, research may change. So these are all variables in the thing. What will not change is the service which we do. JSS should be remembered for the type of service it is doing to the society and continues to provide it for the generation and centuries ahead also. Like what the Suttur seers did from 1000 years ago, the legacy has carried forward till today. 1000 years from now also, people should remember the service which our JSS institutions have been providing, and I think it should be remembered only for that, the type of service which we do. Lifelong learning. Lifelong learning is very, very important, because the moment you think, I find even today I had a meetings, I was thinking that people were thinking they know everything and there is nothing for us to know. So whatever you want to say, people think, no, I know already, I do this. So they don't have even patience to listen or learn what it is there. So lifelong learning is more important skill, I would say. See, the myth about private universities is people think private universities are commercial. I think those days have gone. I think every university worth its name is now striving to see that how it can make a difference to the society. I think those stages of the university systems have gone now. Now that idea about private university is commercial, you won't get quality, you won't get this, those all are changed. I think now you have to look a private university as an equal partner in the development of the nation. I would say the most important reform which India needs to make in education is to consider private and government as equal partners. I think today still, all said and done, though private institutions are encouraged, supports are provided, but when it comes to certain amount of freedom and flexibility given, or even funding made available, and the type of support system that is available, there is a difference between government and a private institution. I think the government should reform. An educational institution is an institution, and as long as it's delivering what is its mandate, and as long as it's keeping up its promises and expectations, I think they should be treated on par, is what I would like to say. I think this would be a major reform if the government can make a difference to this country, and we will find education progressing at such rapid speed, we can leave many countries behind. STEM education is there forever. It's not going to go. Even before the science develops in 17th century to now, it will continue for another whatever number of centuries the world is going to be there, STEM education will continue. But in STEM education, we should not forget our values. I think this is what I would like to say. And values come with the liberal arts and the ecosystem which is existing in a university system. So some amount of interspersing of STEM with liberal arts and value systems is very important, so that we feel that we are a part of an ecosystem and not a robot doing certain activity. Now, in the process, what we have become is like, okay, I am a robot, I am doing this work. That same thing happened even in our education system. Earlier, the education system in a university was a combined universities. Like, medical was there, dental was there, pharmacy was there, engineering was there, arts thing was there. Then came the specialist universities. We created medical university, we created technical university, and all the affiliated colleges were grouped under technical university and a medical university. So there was a segregation taking place, and the arts university remained independent. Now with this independence, what happened was this segregation, the dialogue or interdisciplinary which we talk has stopped in the last 3 or 4 decades. Now we are again talking about interdisciplinary. So I think this interspersing of liberal arts, science, technology, engineering and mathematics is very important, but STEM will continue to be there across the next several centuries that is there. See, I think creating an ecosystem of appearing for a national eligibility examination is not wrong. Like, okay, every university, even in the world outside, they ask that have you appeared for SAT, or you have appeared for DELF, or whatever the different systems there come to. That's a way of measuring the competency or the capability of the student. But I think the universities should retain the flexibility of enrolling them. I think that is very important. Now, if you say, no, you have to do the admissions only in this particular manner, in this particular way only, that means you are just trying to remove those people who want to pursue a path just because they did not do well in a particular qualifying examination. So the qualifying examination maybe is for you to measure, okay, how many people in this country opted for pursuing a health sciences career. So it becomes a data for you. You see, you rate them in the ranking, okay, these are the ranks which is there. Just let us say there may be a person who is very high in the rank, but would not like to pursue a medical program, but want to do a technician program because of his affordability or whatever is there. So he may pursue a respiratory technologist course or a cardiology technologist course. So that does not make him that he is not competent or anything. But only thing is his other determinants allowed him to go towards this course to pursue. So I think we should not try to make this as a prerequisite for the university to make any admission. Entrance test can be there. How to take advantage of this and move forward is up to the universities to carry forward. I think this is what I would like, my take is on this. Okay. See, if you look personally at me, again, I would like to be remembered for what contribution I have made to the society and the education system and profession rather than what I have achieved. Achievements are again momentary. You forget after the achievements are there, but contributions always remember. So I would like to be known. Like today, I feel proud that whatever in the pharmacy education I have sort of dedicated my life for past 3-4 decades. I have been able to do something which people are aware and will recognize that okay, I have contributed. Same way in higher education also, I would like to be remembered that what I have contributed rather than be looking at the achievements for that.